Make sure you smash them like buttons and hit them notification bells to be notified every time the Shea Baby's dropping that new content. You know what the vibes is.
Zagraba is a premium leaf that you could crush up and smoke in your za. What a name, Zagraba. Try it out, zagraba.com.
For these people that feel like they could just treat, and I'ma say not just our women in general, but just women in general, man. Like a lot of us got daughters and nieces and aunties, and everybody got a mama. You know what I'm saying? When nobody want a nigga to do that to their mama, period.
That's facts.
So when you look at it in that light right there, we need to make some kind of example out of Diddy, man, because this don't make. And I feel like us as a culture, we gotta set the example, because at the end of the day, these folks, only reason why they trying to persecute him is because the color of his skin, for real, man. They want him to get the max because of the way that his skin look. It ain't about the crime itself. They want to see him get the max because
Being that you were on Bad Boy, now did you actually come to the Bad Boy with those records? I'm just trying to paint the picture a little bit. Did you come to there with those records like, yo, Diddy, these are my songs? Or you was like, you know, y'all actually recorded the records in the studio together?
Yeah, nah, we recorded those, like, you mean like before I got to Bad Boy, like did I have the song already written, or like while I was at Bad Boy?
No, I mean the
Because
the hits. You know, we know about the album. You know, the album, of course, you know, you had to record it, you know, in the studio or whatever you had to do. I'm talking about those records. You said that you heard those records 3 weeks before Easy LP gave them to you. One day
yeah,
you know, you lit up a
yeah,
blunt, started writing to it. Do you come to them like Bad Boy? Like,
yeah.
what was the reaction when they heard that special delivery and all
Oh, I
these
see what you're
them
saying. Yeah, I
hits?
mean, yeah, yeah, but I mean that was my job. You know what I'm saying? Like I was already signed to Bad Boy, so it was like okay, I got to the point where I did all the features, I did all the remixes. It's like okay, all right, debut up. You know what I mean? Black Rob album was done. He was already going to the moon. He had the woe out. It was like all right, debut up next. So what you doing? You know what I mean?
Facts.
Okay, you got your rhyme, you got your, you know what I mean? Okay, here's the beat, here's that, here's this. What you doing? Let me hear it. What you got? Okay, that's fire. Put that to the side. Here's another one. Let's go. You know what I mean? So it was one of them things. You know what I'm saying? So like all I had to do was work. You know what I mean? It was like okay, here's the beats. Whenever I had it done, I would come to the studio. Yo, here you go. Look, oh word. Let's hear it real quick. Oh word. All right, get in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like that. Yo, okay, that's crazy. We're gonna record that on Saturday. Come through this time. You know what I mean? That's just how that went. I would have to come to the studio, let dudes hear it real quick. Yo, Hog, listen to this. It's a joint I wrote to that. Da 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 da. Yo, I like that. You ready to record that? Yeah. All right, come through on Saturday. Boom, and then that's just how that went. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with special delivery. I came through. Yo, this is for my nigga though. Special delivery. They was like, oh, that's crazy. All right, you know what? All right, we gonna matter of fact, let me see if we got some room in the beat now. Yo, boom, go record that. And then then we got what we got.
That's crazy. Now, Black Rob, I'm glad you mentioned him. Now, I met Rob a few times. Now, you know this dude? Now, you know this is crazy. Because you was on the bill, Dep.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how the first time, I didn't go to that one, though. I didn't go because I wind up,
Oh
this is
what?
crazy. I'm going to tell you the story. You know Sammy Z?
Uh-huh.
They had the club up in New Rochelle, Club Hollywood.
I think it sounds familiar. I think I remember
This
Rob
like
taking me through there
6'5"
one
big
time.
white Albanian nigga. His name is Sammy Z. Yeah, he used to throw concerts. He owned clubs. This the nigga I was signed to. This nigga's mafia. That's another story though. But anyway, they had a concert.
Whoa.
That's a fact. They had a concert.
What mafia? There is no
I
mafia. What are
know,
you
right?
talking
There
about?
was a there was a there was a there was a concert, I think, at Nassau Coliseum. It was you, Black Rob, Foxy Brown. This is 2001.
Damn.
Yeah, this was crazy. Well,
Foxy,
anyway,
because like
that's the first time that I met Black Rob because he came to get the money up from the studio from the guy that I was signed to. That's the first time I met Black Rob. Nice guy, good dude, 100%. What was it like working with Black Rob? You know, like just because Black Rob was the backbone to me of Bad Boy, because Black Rob, throughout the changes, because you come later in the game, like when they first get it going, the whole Bad Boy. Like I said, I'm still a fan of Bad Boy. That's a fact. 100%. So I'm watching the whole change of the game from the Junior Mafia to Mace, everybody, then comes you. But reason why I say Black Rob was the backbone, because he was around from the mud, and even when those niggas all left, even when you came in, Rob was kind of like the guy that was holding down the label. Am I right or wrong?
That's a fact. Rest in power with my bro,
Facts.
man. For sure, man. Definitely,
yeah,
man.
So what was it like? The guy that
he had
was
the
the
label on his
backbone,
back, wholeheartedly.
the guy that was the backbone of the label. What was it like working with Black Rob and being that was your man? That was your man's. What was it like, y'all together in the game?
Damn, man. I mean, had together, man. It was powerful, man. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like one energy. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely a force. You know, the creator brought us together. You know what I'm saying? You know, and just to me, he was a mentor. Like I looked up to, how he created his whole creative style. You know what I'm saying? And it was I want to say just a perfect match, man. The way we jived off each other, man. So shout out to him, man. He taught me a lot. You know what I mean? He taught me, a lot of things about the industry, about people, and how people, to deal with a lot of things in the industry, man. For real, man.
That's a fact. Now, it's one of the best interviews I ever saw of Black Rob. I don't know if you ever seen it. I don't know if you was locked up or if you was home at this time, but it was an interview with Gully TV that he did. One of his last interviews. That interview was so fire, my dude. Shout out to Gully TV. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good interview with Black Rob. All right, so we're gonna come back to this because on this show's sort of like a radio show. But yo, Dep, I could talk to you for hours, my dude.
Yeah.
DC, you don't know.
Hell yeah.
Yo, that's a delivery.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yo, fam, I was going. Yo, fam, you don't understand. At that time, this was like the years where it was like, I got a little money. I just told you I had a couple record deals. Had a BMW. It was the years of like this was like, what was that year? 2001? 2002? The song comes out?
2001.
My nigga,
Hell
like,
yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm not even supposed to be in the clubs at that time. So me, I'm listening to that record a lot in the car.
Shout out to underage dudes in the club.
Nah, in that time, you could get in the clubs at any time. You spend a little bread. I was going to the tunnel, my nigga, at 15 years old. I told niggas this. 15 years old, I'm in the tunnel. That's the first time I saw Mobb Deep. Word. I saw Mobb Deep. This is like 93, 94. I'm like, no, this is like 97. That's the first time I seen them niggas. And that's what I'm saying. I was in the tunnel at a young age. So in New York City, of course, they had the fake IDs. You could buy them for 40 deuce. You know that.
Hell yeah. Shout out to the shout out to the bouncers who let the young people in.
That's a fact. They started my life, man. I wouldn't even be here for them niggas, man. Shout out to them.